Peace. What's the word, everybody? Give everybody a chance to tap in with the kid before I start building on the subject matter for the day. Hopefully, y'all having a powerful Monday thus far. Making healthy decisions, staying positive, being powerful, all that great stuff, man. I'm gonna give everybody a chance to tap in before we start diving into the subject matter. So, talk to me, man. How y'all living? How y'all feeling? What's the word? How we holding up out here? How we maintaining on this wonderful Monday, man? Y'all see the topic of this particular stream, so y'all already know how this is about to go. About to go in because the agenda is strikes again. Here we are. The agenda is strikes again, man. It strikes again. They are at it again. Montel, peace. What's the word, man? Everything is peaceful my way, man. Everything is good. Just there we go. Maintaining and elevating at the same time. The cultivator of sports, peace. What's happening? For sure. It's just crazy out here, man. D, peace. What's happening? Eli, what's the word? Miss Donnie, yes. Superman's son. What they call him? John Kent or something like that. Dominic, peace. What's happening? You already know it's sermon time, and we about to go in on this particular topic because it's ridiculous out here, man. Evan, peace. What's the word? Magic Realms, peace. What's happening? Eli, for sure, man. It's crazy. I was just tapping in and reading. I'm like, man, what is the point of this, man? We for the longest when we grew up, we had what? Clark Kent and Lois Lane. We had Lois Lane, Clark Kent, and Lois Lane for the longest. That's what we had. Clark Kent, Lois Lane. Now, why all of a sudden the son got to be bisexual? We grew up on Clark Kent and Lois Lane, man. That was what we grew up on. The natural order of things. Now they want to take it. They want to take it a little too far. But then they want to tell you that there is no agenda out here targeting the kids. Why are you putting that type of stuff in something that you know is going to be for the kids? Come on, man. We saw Clark Kent and Lois Lane. We saw man and woman. Now they about to make it man and man and call it bisexual. Yeah, okay. All right. God is peace. What's happening? God is keys. Peace, queen. What's happening? What's up with the queens? Jason Johnson. Peace. What's the word? Clocks in. Yeah, I just peeped Robin as well. So it's like, why are they tampering with all this stuff, man? Why are they tampering with it? What's the point? We already know the answer to that question, man. We see what's happening, but again, for those of the people that like to argue me up and down about an agenda, targeting our children, trying to influence them or persuade them to come out a certain way or to transition into a certain type of lifestyle. Here's your proof, man. There is no need for all of this type of stuff, man. There's no need for it. It is being overly forced, man. If this ain't the proof that you need, I don't know what is. There is no reason to be making all of these characters homosexual, man, or bisexual, or whatever it is that you want to refer to them as. It's no need for it. It's no need for it. There's no need for it at all, man. This is being forced into the script, man. It's being forced into the script for obvious reasons. Again, the reason it is being forced into the script has to do with an agenda. Again, when you insert these type of things into a script, you're doing it for a reason. What's your reasoning? The reasoning is the agenda. What point are you trying to get across? Why are you making Superman's son bisexual? You're doing it for a reason. There's a reason behind it. What's your reasoning behind it? There goes your agenda. There it is. Terenzo, peace, what's the word? Mac Daddy, peace, what's happening? Nick, peace, what's happening? Definitely getting out of hand, man. And again, that's why every time this type of stuff comes up, we got to talk about it, letting them know that we ain't accepting it, and we are recognizing the agenda. We see what they doing. We are hip, we conscious, we are aware to what it is that y'all striving to do in regards to the impressionable minds of these children. Children have impressionable minds. They see Superman's son bisexual, then they're gonna think, okay, this is cool, this is normal, it's cool. Superman's son is like this, so why can't I be like this? That is the type, those are the type of conversations that you're gonna have to have. Now you gotta listen, we grew up on Superman. Now you gotta try to shield Superman's son from your child. It's ridiculous. Batman and Robin, we grew up on this type of stuff, man. Now you got to try to shield that reality from your children because, again, it's influence, persuasion, engineering, manufacturing, processing, grafting, whatever you want to refer to it as. That's what it is. That's what's happening. If you continue to allow your child to watch this type of madness, then it's going to have a big impact, big influence on their decisions in the future. And this is just a fact. Just a fact. Zion for sure. For sure, man. The kids ain't safe, man. They know good and well. They know how impressionable the minds are. They know how impressionable the minds are. And this is the crazy thing about it. Because when I was talking about the Lil Nas X situation, everybody was like, "Oh, well, Lil Nas X don't make music for the children. So how can a person like that influence the mind of your child? Because he don't even make music for the children. The music is for the adults, etc., etc." That's the excuse, or that's the reasoning or justification that they would give me for that, knowing good and well that the only people that I've ever heard listen to a song by the dude like and selected it and wanted to hear it were children, people younger than me. So again, we already know that that's nonsense because again, that's who we make the music for. But in this case, they are they are targeting the children. They are putting this type of stuff in cartoons, comic books, things that we know children gravitate towards. Yeah, we have adults that collect comic books, but where did that fascination begin? You probably attained the fascination for comic books when you were what, a child? For the most part. For the most part, you probably acquired that fascination for comic books when you were a child. So when they put this type of stuff in comic books, then when it makes it to the big screen for the movies, they are targeting children. They're not targeting adults. They targeting children. They're targeting children. Jason Peace, what's happening? Shaquille, they already done it. They already done it. The sun is all bad out here. Lois Lane Clark Kent now is John and whatever dude name is, man. I don't even know if they disclose the name, but they got it all in. All you gotta do is look it up, and you just gonna see the photo. All you will see the photo, man. You will see the photo. Like it's ridiculous, man. All you gotta do is look it up, man. It's just ridiculous out here. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, man. It's just unnecessary, man. They are unnecessarily inserting this everywhere, man. Everywhere you look, they are inserting this lifestyle. Like, come on, man. Everywhere you look, it is in every script. They not writing a script without incorporating that element in some way, shape, or form. Every script that's written out here has that element connected to it in some way, shape, or form. Some way, shape, or form. You could not get a full-blown heterosexual script anywhere. Not the comic books, not the cartoons, not the movies, not the TV shows, not anything, unless you own and control it. But if you trying to make it to that type of stage, nah, it's got to have that type of element incorporated within it. Got to. Clocks in. Oh, that's probably coming. That's probably coming. That's probably coming. That is more than likely coming. That's a big possibility. I wouldn't put it past, and that's a big possibility. So y'all might as well go ahead and be done with the comics, man, because they coming. That's coming. You already know that's coming. We already know it. Shaquille, for sure, that agenda is everywhere. I didn't ask people to find me shows, and I'm talking about modern shows, like shows that's just released or movies that's just released that don't have that type of element in the mix. The only time that element is not in the mix sometimes is when they do a show or like a movie based on a true story to where that element wasn't or didn't exist at the time of that story. And even sometimes they fabricate the story to include the element. And that's sad and crazy. So they'll do a true story to where you know that element didn't exist back then. You may have read the book like, man, that element was never mentioned in the story, and they still find some way to incorporate it. I hadn't seen that. It's like you didn't read the book. You're like, man, they didn't have this element included in this type of story. Why is it in this show? Why is it in this movie? If it's supposed to be based on a true story. They'll do something like that. Fabricate the history. You know, they good for rewriting history anyway. So it's not surprising that they would include that element where it don't even belong, where it wasn't even accepted. You go back in the day, this was not an accepted lifestyle. Like, you cannot create something and incorporate that lifestyle from something 50, 60 years ago when that was not an accepted lifestyle. It was not an accepted lifestyle. It was a mental illness, man. It was a mental illness. It was a mental illness. That's what it was. Oh, just man, I'm telling you, that people be sleeping on some of the movements I done tried to start out here, man. Because we need to. Whoa, guys, hold on. Yeah, we need to be out here boycott, guys. You say the black bat girl is. Come on, man. Why? See, this is the question we got to ask now. Why? Why is all of this happening? Like, why make Superman's son bisexual? What is your point? Why is that necessary? Like, why is that necessary? Like, why is that part of the story necessary? Seriously, why? TZ, peace, what's the word? Why is it necessary? You can't even like give a legit reasoning behind that being necessary other than you just trying to get everybody to accept that lifestyle. That's the only reason that you could give somebody. The only reason you can give somebody say, all right, man, we're going to incorporate this element into the story because we're trying to get everybody to accept this lifestyle, including the children. That's it. That's it. That's the only reason that you got. Then people want to be like, well, they throw heterosexuality in your face. And I, again, respond the same way. You cannot throw nature in somebody's face. It is natural for a man and woman to come together. That don't have to be forced. That's not something that we have to force on you. It is natural. That's naturally how it goes. I'm a young man and I'm creating you a script. I got another young man. It is natural for that young man to want a young woman or a woman in his life. Like, that's natural. Heterosexuality, that's natural. The heterosexual lifestyle, natural. It's not something I got to force into the script. It is natural. I don't have to go out of my way to include that. You got to go out of your way to make these characters bisexual. You got to go out of your way to make your character, make a male character want another man. You are going out of your way to do that. Literally, you're going out of your way to do that. Oh, clocks in. I can see that. I can see that. Getting us warmed up for the Big Bang, getting us warmed up for it. Lindell, Shakir, peace. What's happening? Jason, we definitely got to protect the children. Definitely got to do it. Jamar, and listen, that wouldn't even surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me at all if they tapped into the video games. I think they'd already tapped into the video games. Somebody said something a minute ago about them tapping into video games. Oh, the cultivator of sports. Oh yeah, don't even get me started on the feminist movement. Like I said, I'm for black people. You know what I'm saying? This is the black movement right here. That includes man, woman, and child. So when people start talking to me about feminism, I'm like, nah, I don't want to have that conversation with you because this gonna go left real quick. I already know what type of angle you coming with. But to me, the feminist movement, the feminists, they are a part of this alphabet community. They are, matter of fact, they some of the ones at the front or in the front, spearheading the movement. Hey, introverted my sister for sure. Been done. Got to stay done. Terenzo, my brother, appreciate the donation. You say that they can hit someone, but someone isn't supposed to hit back philosophy. And that's what it is. They can slap us over the head with this type of nonsense, but then we slap them back saying we're not going to accept it. We are the problem. We are the ones that y'all already know, homophobic and all that type of stuff. We simply are, listen, we protecting the children. We protecting the impressionable mind of these children. We telling these children like, nah, this lifestyle ain't right and exact. It ain't natural. It ain't normal. You know what I'm saying? So if y'all able to express yourselves freely and openly, then we are able to do the same thing. It's crazy because it was considered for them to be in the closet. So they was having to come out the closet. Now the reverse is true. When you are heterosexual and you have an opinion these days, that's almost like coming out the closet these days. When you are heterosexual, your viewpoint, your perspective, you got to come out the closet with because it's not going to be accepted. It's not going to be widely accepted. So a heterosexual with his opinion, his or her opinion, we coming out the closet. So it then reversed. It's no longer coming out the closet. No longer has anything to do with a person coming out announcing that they are homosexual. Coming out the closet now is a heterosexual expressing his opinion to the public in regards to disagreeing with that lifestyle. That's the new form of coming out the closet. That's the way the world is in 2021. Black Palladium, peace. What's happening? What's happening? Oh, so Renzo, yeah, for sure. Definitely Chappelle's message with a twist, which again, they striving to cancel that brother. Crazy. I still haven't watched the special yet. Again, I'm waiting. I like to wait the things die down and then I'm gonna tap in, but I already know what to expect because again, the fact that they sitting here trying to cancel the man lets me know that he was probably speaking that real. Yeah, clocks in, flashing. Yeah, yep. I remember that. I remember that. They tearing it up, man. We ain't able to like enjoy things, man. Again, when you chilling, like I'm tired of just seeing that element, man. Like, why continue to throw that element into the mix, man? Just why? It's obviously forced, man. I'm telling y'all, like you can watch these shows that incorporate the element. You know what I'm saying? And you can just see how forced it is. You can see how unnecessary it is in regards to most scripts. It's unnecessary most of the time, man. All King Ramsey, yeah, for sure. Population control, 100%. And Maurice, you said it's a yeah, yeah, definitely. Hollywood is definitely that. The boule, all that type of stuff, man. There's the sex rings, all the type of stuff, man, be going on in Hollywood, man. All of that type of stuff be going on. Oh yeah, just the trans MMA fighter. Yeah. That type of stuff is out here. You know what I'm saying? That type of stuff is out here. Oh man, go back in the day. Oh my goodness, I wish I could like. Oh, I'm just gonna identify as a woman and I'm gonna just take over their sports. I see. It's the type of man. Listen, don't even get me started. Don't even get me started. Yeah, Chris, that's what we was talking about earlier. The new Robin out here that turned out to be homosexual. I mean, come on, man. Like, what's next, man? Like, they literally we whitewashing history. We listen, we gonna whitewash history and we gonna homosexualize history too. That's what they gonna do. Next thing you know, all the people that existed back then, they gonna tell you something about them being a homosexual, possibly. Guarantee you. Percy. Oh, for sure. That's what I'm saying. Superman. Like, what is connected to Superman? Masculinity. Like, man, what they call you when you the man of the family and you do everything. You Superman. Now they changing that now. They changing it. Superman gonna pass the torch down to his son, and his son gonna be bisexual as they call it. Now again, now the Superman definition has changed. Superman used to be that man of the family that's taking care of everything, is doing everything that's supposedly or apparently doing everything. You get called Superman, like my dad is Superman, this, that, and the third, because he's out here doing everything, providing for the family. He always working this, that, and the third. He's putting the family on his back. He's protecting the family. He's called Superman. That's the definition. He's holding it down for the women. He's protecting my moms. He's protecting the kids. He's doing everything he must do for the family. That is what Superman was and is. Now that definition is about to be altered. And that definition is about to be altered because they had to add that element to the mix. Had to add it. Because again, death to masculinity. They don't want anything to represent masculinity. So we're going to go ahead and change the perception of what Superman is and was. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. Oh, Frankie for sure. Yeah, Clark Kent. They gonna change it though when he passed the torch down to the son gonna end up with the name Superman because then they gonna change the perception. They're gonna change the perception. All the cultivated sport. No, we can't have any type of representation. D Monty, see, I ain't tap into that with the gay club owner. I ain't tap into that. Hold on. Like body, we did. We 100% serious. 100% serious. Go ahead and look it up. 100% serious. Terenzo, you already know I'm gonna try to tap in and find something, man. But yeah, he probably can't find them. Percy, appreciate the donation again. You said the dude was running for president, Pete. Yeah, can't even pronounce his name, man. I don't even want to mess the name up with the gay partner. Do you think running with a gay? Oh yeah, for sure. For sure, Percy. Yeah, for sure. For sure. It's always an agenda. And again, a lot of people, they want to get in their feelings about an agenda, but it's like you just look up what the word means. I mean, anytime you have a reasoning behind doing something, that's an agenda. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, when you write a script, when you write in the script and you include whatever element in your script, you doing it for a reason. So to act like this community doesn't have agendas out here is sickening, and it's ridiculous because obviously they do. If I make a commercial and I make that the highlight of the commercial, me promoting that lifestyle, I did it for a reason. There's an agenda behind it. I want to show people this lifestyle. I want to get them to accept the lifestyle. That's my agenda. That's my agenda. So you incorporating it every chance that you get. That's an agenda. Just like if we control the media, we striving to get people to see black people in a certain type of light. That's our agenda. So the fact, like, people acting like they don't have an agenda is like dumb. Like, it's stupid. It's stupid when you make Superman's son bisexual. That's an agenda. You're doing it for a reason. You're doing it for a reason. Chris, appreciate that donation. You say they claim it's inclusion like they did us, but they didn't push black love on everyone like they do this. And that's another thing, Chris, right on for that point, because again, that's something that I always strive to, that's always something I end up in an argument about. Things like that. They always want to compare the struggle. They always want to compare the struggle. They always want to say, oh, well, how can you be talking about you fighting for black people, this, that, and third, but then you turn around and you talk bad about another group of people? You should be more sympathetic and all that type of stuff toward another group, considering the fact that you black, this, that, and the third. I said, man, these are two totally different struggles. First of all, I didn't have any say-so in regards to me coming out black. Have any say-so at all whatsoever. Not one say-so. Born this way. Born into the wilderness, North America, man. I was born into this chaos as a black man. It's literally how I was born. It is literally how I was born. Literally. There's nothing I can do. I can try to tell people I can walk around looking like this and try to tell people I'm white. It ain't gonna change no reality. I'm still black. I'm still black. There is literally, I can't say anything. No, I identify as red. No, I am black. And when people see me that make decisions in the wilderness of North America, they're going to see black no matter what I refer to myself as. So I'm going to have to face that discrimination no matter what I strive to identify as. That in and of itself kills the comparison right there. Two totally different ball games. And again, they were never pushing the black love and all that type of good stuff. Man, never was pushing. Never was pushing. Ever was pushing it. Never was pushing it. It's always crazy too, especially when you look at a lot of the black shows, man. A lot of the black shows, especially that started happening in the 90s, man, just how goofy a lot of the characters started to become, man. Like some of my favorites they was real goofy with it, man. Like some of the shows classic, but just pay attention to just how goofy people were, man. A lot of the black shows, you always had that one dumb black dude, like Cole off of Martin and things along those lines, man. We always got the one just dumb black dude, man. Like I think almost every show that I know that came out recently got the same dumb black dude. Like Family Matters, you got Waldo, things along those lines, man. It's just always a dummy. It's always a dumb black dude, man. It's always a dumb black dude on the show. Why? Why, man? It's a lot of shows, man. We can just start naming these shows, man. I know y'all can name some more, man. But you always got that little dumb friend. Then you just got just over the top nonsense, man. Even like with Fresh Prince and Martin and things along those lines. Just how extra things start becoming. Martin got to act like he got to do the Sinead. He got to act like a woman in that joint. Will Smith always has some little feminine aspects to his role from time to time, man. It just was getting like ridiculous. And y'all already know Jamie Foxx played the big lip chick on what was that, Living Color or whatnot. Like, man, like it started getting real weird with us, man. Started getting real weird with us. Real weird with us, man. Oh, like body for sure, man. It's all peace. It's all peace. It's all peace. I appreciate you tapping in, man. That's all I asked for. Antoinette, peace, queen. What's happening? Terenzo, I'm gonna check that movie out. I'm gonna check it out. Black Palladium, hold up. What's the Patrick Peace? What's happening? You said they got a black man playing the fairy godmother in a Disney movie Cinderella. Man, come on, man. This is getting ridiculous, man. This is getting ridiculous, man. King Ramsey say homeschooling your kids is important. Teach them the knowledge. We are in critical times for sure. Homeschooling is about the only way these days, man. It's about the only way these days, and we got to get back like the representation in the media, man. We gotta start. We need more black and proud, black and heterosexual and proud uh writers, man, because again, we all like entertainment, so we need more people on our side that's in that particular realm of reality, man. That ain't writing that nonsense, man. That ain't writing that nonsense, man. Come on, man. We need some good entertainment on our ends to where we can watch something and it don't be any of that, man. Jamar for sure. They want it to be extinct. They don't want it. They don't want it to exist anymore. The wife is in the building, y'all. Say peace to the wife. Superhuman is definitely what they aiming for. Superhuman, because it's offensive to refer to him as Superman. Lorenzo, appreciate that donation. You say the father of all Caucasian males is the Monopoly man, and brother Uncle Sam and cousin Joker. The rest y'all can figure out. Oh, for sure, 100%, 100%. What they say, Uncle Sam ain't no kin to me. Uncle Sam ain't no kin to me. Create strategy. Peace. What's happening? Lindell, I'm glad you asked that question. I'm 100% glad you asked me that question because this is, and I'm glad you asked. I'm gonna explain after I read the question. Oh yeah, Demonte, the Wayne brother. Oh man, yeah, the Wayne brothers. Whoo, that's a good one, man. They be that junk be crazy, man. Yeah, but it's plenty of them. But hold on, Lindell, you asked a good question here. Hypothetically speaking, being a man that you are, how would you approach your son or daughter if they told you they were gay, or would you accept the fact? This is the part. That I'm glad you asked that question because that's the misunderstanding. See, this is where people misunderstand where we coming from when we say we don't agree with something. It's simple. Like if you have a child, your child is not going to make decisions that you agree with 100% of the time. I know I've made decisions and moves that my people don't agree with 100% of the time. The worst thing though that you can do is not have that conversation and let them know that you don't agree with it. Again, man, I didn't made decisions that my people don't agree with, but they still support me. That's all that we talking about. Like I can listen. They may gravitate toward a religion that I don't fool religion, but I'm not gonna disown them because they chose to be religious. They chose to be Christian. I'm gonna let them know why I don't fool with it. I'm gonna let them know why I don't see it that way, why I don't agree with their religion, and we can have that conversation. But I'm gonna still support them. It's the same with anything, man. They gonna make decisions that you're not too fond of. You just give them the game, let them know your reasoning, let them know the science behind your decisions and your outlook, and then you still gonna support them point blank, period. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna give them the game, you're gonna give them the jewels while they are growing, and you just gonna hope they make a good decision based off of how you raised them. But at the end of the day, when they reach a certain age, man, they their own person. When they make the decision, it is what it is. I agree with that. I don't agree with that. I'm gonna let you know why I don't agree with it, and we just gonna go from there. Me disagreeing with a lifestyle choice, something that you decided to become, is not me disowning somebody. And that's what people don't realize and understand. I got people in my family that come from all different walks of life in regards to religion and all type of stuff that I don't really fool with and disagree with. All type of stuff that I don't fool with and don't agree with. I don't disown them though. I just simply disagree with certain things that they do. But I'm not going to disown them though. I just don't agree with that. You made a decision. I don't agree with it. Here's my reasoning. But I ain't disowning you. There's other things we can talk about. There's other things we can talk about. I don't agree with that aspect of your life. There's other things we can talk about. Literally. So I'm glad you asked that question, Lindell. I'm glad you asked that. Oh, Dean, man, it's real out here, man. That's why I stick to the old books. You know what I'm saying? That's why I stick to the good old books. Because man, I don't read too many modern books. All my books old school, man. I read a lot of older books, so I just stick to those, man. I ain't got time for this other nonsense, man. They messing up everything, man. So I ain't got time for it. I'm gonna stick to the old books, stick to them joints. That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, Jamar. Yeah, the son from the that's I was thinking of him, man. Dude, just big, just dumb. Oh yeah, Chris, for sure, man. It's a lot of stuff, man. We gotta bring a lot back. we gotta bring a lot back, and we gotta create a lot because this is ridiculous, man. We gotta bring a lot back, create a lot. That's one of the reasons why I was like, man, I had the idea to just start writing, like, you know what I'm saying, like stories and whatnot, because like we just need better stories. We need masculine stories because again, stories are good to convey points. Our ancestors, that's what they did. They told stories to get points across, man. So I feel like, man, we need to get back to writing like stories and scripts, and we need to have masculine energy behind it, feminine energy behind these stories, man. So we gotta represent more. We gotta represent more, man. I had the idea to just start writing, you know what I'm saying, like novels, just masculine novels, man. Novels that ain't got none of that nonsense in it, man. So we could, like, when we want to kick back and be entertained, we got good representation. Now it's like, you know, you got to be mindful about it. Like, man, I don't know if I want to watch that, man. They may be throwing something in my face that I don't want to see. Oh yeah, D Monty, oh yeah, for sure. Kale always acting like a fool, man, just acting extra weird, man. They always just throwing that element into the mix. Like Carlton, man. You know what I'm saying? Like Carlton Banks, how they just made Carlton Banks. Like, man, come on, man. And then Hillary, like she was just a dumb chick. Jamar, you said they're gonna have a black gay male character in the new Marvel movie, The Eternals. Man, where are they not? Like, what? What are they coming with that don't have this element in it? Like, what's happening? Like, what? What? Let me know what movie, comic book series, anything that they coming out with that does not have that element. Please, somebody, let me know. Please let me know. Dean, man, I think Just was talking about the trans MMA fighter. I think Just had mentioned it earlier. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's real in the field. It's real in the field. They out here in the MMA about to kill the natural women. Like, you at a disadvantage. You basically fighting a dude. Like, so you a woman MMA fighter, and you out here fighting a dude, basically about to get killed out here. Dominic, yeah, for sure. Yeah, most definitely, man. I could, like I said, people don't be understanding. I could disagree with some and still respect the person. You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't understand that part of the mix, man. But hey, I'm adamant about what I disagree with, though. I'll tell you that much. Clocks in, hey man, for sure, man. Appreciate that. We still teaching. We always striving to teach, man. That's the duty right here, to teach. Yeah, Dominique, for sure, man. We need more we need your scripts. We need you to get a camera crew, and we need you to start creating shows and series, man, based on what it is that you write, man. That's what we need. We need that. Infinite Divinity, yeah, that lasted for about an episode. Clocks in. That's what I'm saying. It's time for us to literally start making our own. Like, that's where we at with it. We got to start creating novels. We got to start getting our own camera crews, and we got to start filming our own joints, man. Our own entertainment. That's what we got to do. And we got to support that joint so it can grow, so we can put more money behind it and improve the quality, things along those lines, man. That's where we at with it. Because it's getting filthy. It's getting filthy out here, man. And y'all know that it's real in the field. It's getting filthy. It's getting filthy and it's getting pathetic, man. Everywhere you look, everywhere you turn, you seeing that element incorporated into the mix. But they telling people that you're born that way. They telling people that there is no agenda. They telling people that you cannot influence the mind of, you can't make a child this, that, and the third, as if that's what's being said. We talking about influence. We talking about persuasion. Of course, nobody is putting a gun to these children's heads, making them come out to be a certain type of way or turn out to be a certain type of way. They are being influenced. They are being persuaded. When they watch TV, when they read a comic book, they are seeing that element into the mix. That is persuading. That is influencing the mind. That is what's happening. And that is an actual fact that you can literally study. If you study psychology, you study neuropsychology, you study any of that, you study the brain, you study the mind, you will see the power of influence. You will see it. I got a book. I got a book right here though. Let me show y'all this book. Y'all know I'm into marketing. You know what I'm saying? That was one of the things I went to school for. Here is a book. Lets you know how it goes down. Persuasion. A revolutionary way to influence and persuade. A lot of these companies and these corporations, they swear by this author and they swear by this book. It's the reason why I got the book. Persuasion, a revolutionary way to influence and persuade, is literally telling you how they go about it. It's literally giving you the game in this book. Persuasion. And Robert Saladini, he got other books too. He got other books along these lines, man. He got other books along these lines, man. But this is one of the books that just kind of lets you know how things work. How things work. How they persuade and influence the minds. Right here in this book. It's right here in this book. It's one of the many marketing books that I have that lets you know how they get down, that lets you know how they execute that type of agenda. This is one of the few books that lets you know how they influence and make a child turn out to be a certain type of way or make a person gravitate towards something. This is one of those books. A lot of people swear by it. A lot of those major corporations that are responsible behind or for these type of scripts, they read this book and they swear by this book. They follow this book to a T. Telling you. Zeke, I fool with some of his stuff. Old Spike, I fool with some of his stuff. Like saying, man, you know they had to do it. You know how they got to do it. But yeah, persuasion. Grab this book, man. Grab this book. This is one of the books that is letting you know how they operate. It's letting you know how they function. One of those books. Like this book, like especially if you got a product service that you're trying to get off the ground. This book, you read the book, give you the formula. It lets you know how to take your product to the next level. It lets you know how to persuade the minds of people. Like all of the stuff that's going on is literally what they're doing. They're using the simple principles in this book, and the stuff is simple. They're using the simple principles in this particular book. And and this other book, I forgot what the other book is called. I think it's like Influence or something along those lines. But it's all pretty much one and the same, using the same type of principles. Infinite Divinity, it might be. It might be. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it might be. It might be. But yeah, definitely grab that book. Y'all know I always get motivated and find a book out the blue that is relevant to what I'm talking about. Again, man, I always got a book that's relevant to whatever it is that I'm talking about. Best believe. This one of the book, like I said, I got plenty of other marketing books. I can't really see any of them in front of me that's pertaining to this particular subject matter and this topic. But I know I got some somewhere. But this is the one though. Oh, Chris gotta pay close attention, man. Close attention. Close attention, man. They, like I said, close attention. Jamar, yeah, the feminists and the LGBTQ, XYZ, all that type of stuff definitely do not like nature. Most definitely. Most definitely. They definitely do not like nature. That is an actual fact. Definitely don't like nature. And they don't like having civil conversations. Like they can't fathom you. They can't fathom a person that disagrees with them and actually makes sense. They can't fathom that. A lot of them are irrational. A lot of people in that community are very irrational. Very irrational. They don't like to have conversations, and a lot of their arguments are merely emotional. Just straight emotional. I'd have had conversations with them. I'd have had conversations with men that support that group, those groups, those communities. And I'd have had conversations with women that support those communities. It's always all emotional. All emotional. Black Nitro for sure. For sure. You know, because they like to start talking about all the so-called toxic stuff that we pay attention to, and they start trying to bring up toxic music, toxic shows, all this type of stuff that we may watch and listen to and all that, man, as if everybody is into all of that. As if everybody is into all of that type of stuff, man. Again, most of this other stuff ain't forced, man. It's literally a reflection of what's going on in reality. This right here is just overly forced because they trying to persuade people to accept it and become that. Like, again, we didn't talk about population control. We know if we get enough people to embrace that type of way of life, then what's going to happen to the population? Justin Peace, what's happening? Oh, Dean, for sure. Yeah, when people talk about the expert or the professional, a lot of times you got to question where they got their credentials from. You got to question where they got their certification, where they got their degrees from. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times, sometimes they be worse than the people that don't have the credentials. So you always got to ask questions. You always got to examine the person that claims to be an expert or a professional. Where did you get your credentials from, man? Where did you get your certification from, man? What program did you have to go through to get certified? What is their agenda? But yeah, most of them are indoctrinated, man. Like I said, like especially, you know what I'm saying, a lot of us that went through the school system. Some people that went through the college system. Like, yeah, it's easy to become indoctrinated by going through that system. Easy to become indoctrinated. Easy, simple. It's very simple and easy to become indoctrinated. Very easy and simple. Oh, Chris, appreciate that donation again. You say I knew we would go down this path once my little cousin started telling me I don't read. Telling you, I'm telling you. Listen, it things are like certain things that are common is I don't read, I don't like water, I don't eat fruits, I don't eat vegetables. Like this type of stuff that people be on in 2021. This type of stuff that people be on in 2021, they don't read, they don't care to read. Man, I ain't reading that. I ain't reading. I ain't trying to think. I ain't trying to watch a documentary. I ain't trying to learn anything. But yeah, I get that all the time. Or when people see me, they don't like to tell me, like they don't like to say I don't read out the gate. People see me and they start feeling guilty. You know what I'm saying? When people see me, they start talking about two things because they know this is what I represent. They start talking about how they know they need to start back working out and eating healthy. And hence, I don't even like I never say anything about the lifestyle when I'm around them. It's like as soon as they see me, it's like it's a trigger. Oh man, here you go. I got to talk about eating healthy and working out. And then they start talking about how they need to get back into reading. And they start making up excuses as to why they don't read and can't read. I don't have time. But we have time to scroll through social media all day. But we don't have time to read. If you got a smartphone and you using that smartphone to scroll through social media, you can literally download apps where you can download books and you could be reading books instead of scrolling down social media. So I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. I have a Kindle. I have this app literally on my phone. I have a Kindle app on my phone. So if I wanted to scroll, it's a Kindle app right here. Literally, I could be downloading books. There it is. Y'all see it. Kindle. It's app on the phone. All type of books. And you can get all type of books for free using this app. So if you on your phone and you got all this time to scroll and you able to tell me what's happening on social media 24/7, then you can read. So I don't want to hear that. They done made it more convenient for you to read. You don't have to just have a book to read. You literally can read on your phone. Literally can read on your phone. So there's really literally no excuse. It's too easy to read. It's too easy to read. But people don't want to challenge that brain. Then we wondering why we suffering from dementia, Alzheimer's, and stuff like that because we never challenge in the brain. What are you doing to challenge your brain, man? Reading is one of those things they tell you to do that will strengthen the brain, it will strengthen the mind. That's one of the things they tell you to do. That's one of the things that's helpful in regards to preventing Alzheimer's and dementia is literally reading, especially reading something that's out of your comfort zone. Like that strengthens your mind. That strengthens your brain. That makes you less prone to develop dementia and Alzheimer's. Literally, like reading is beneficial. Like it is literally beneficial. It's a brain strengthening exercise. If you don't gain anything from it, like you're going to gain that much. Literally, that's what it is. Like that's literally what it is. Literally, like literally. So there's no reason, man. Ain't no reason for you not to read at least 10 pages of something a day, man. 10 pages is nothing. Everybody got the ability to read 10 pages a day. Everybody. There's not one person on the planet that's that busy. As busy as I am, I still be reading a lot of pages a day. There's no reason, man. No reason. No reason. Oh, Dean, man, for sure. Oh, I didn't get blackballed, man, but I had a professor give me my lowest grade, which was a C. I ain't get no C up until my senior year in college. Is this white dude, man. He was trying to dictate something that I didn't want him to dictate, man. I told him I had an idea to write like it was like a story or a novel. It was a book. So I had an idea to write a book, and he tried to get in on it. And when I rejected his assistance, all of a sudden I got a C in his class. Mind you, all my grade, everything I got as far as like the projects and the test up to that point was I was getting A's and B's, literally. When I rejected his assistance, all of a sudden on the final, I got a C. I got like a C or a D on the presentation, and then my grade ironically became a C. I was like, man, stop playing with me, man. That white dude wanted to take some credit for my work. I told him no, and he felt some type of way, and he wanted to give me a C. So I had a situation like that happen. Oh, DeMonte, man, when you say you don't drink water and eat fruit, that's strange. It's weird, but it's people out here that say that. Black Knight, I'm telling you, TikToking all day, Facebook all day. We on all these sites all day, man. But we can't read, we can't watch something that has substance. Like, come on, man. It's really not that complicated. I make time to read the actual paperback copies of books. I make time to do that. And again, I am a busy person, a very busy person, very busy person. So I know people sitting on phones can find a way to read something that's beneficial, something that makes sense. Come on, man. Y'all got to stop being educated by Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all that type of stuff, man. That can't be your university, man. That can't be where you gather all your information. Can't be. Cannot be. And I had to tell somebody today, and they was talking about Google. It's crazy. I had a client, and as the old people say, bless her heart. But I had a client, they doing intermittent fasting, and she messed around and had a pizza, right? And she's trying to lose weight. And she was like, man, I Googled, can you have pizza during intermittent fasting? I said, man, come on. I said, first of all, you might want to just stop Googling, man. Might want to stop Googling. Google liable to tell you any and everything, man. They have regulated Google. So now Google gonna show you what they want you to see. So you're not gonna necessarily find the truth 100% of the time utilizing Google. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, that was the first mistake doing the Google search, because I'm like, I guarantee I already knew that they told you yes, you can have a pizza during your intermittent fasting. Why would they not say that, man? Why would they not say that? Because what is that pizza going to contribute to? More than likely, it's going to contribute to clogged arteries. And then if it contributes to the clogged arteries, that's raising your cholesterol level. So now you're going to have to get drugs to bring that cholesterol level back down. And then when you get the drugs to bring the cholesterol level back down, the side effect of that drug is tampering with your heart. Now you're more prone to have a heart attack, heart disease, #1 killer of our people. So yeah, they're going to tell you, yes, you can have a pizza during intermittent fasting. They're going to tell you that, of course. Of course. Black Nitro, a major. I had 2 majors. It was management and marketing. Yeah, D man, I'm already knowing, man. People do not, man. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. The reading and just the looks you get. You know what I'm saying? The looks you get when you read, like whoa, like you straight strange out here. Like you still read books, like you know what I'm saying? Like when I pull out books, and I pull out my book, like you still read books. It's almost like they saw Bigfoot or something. Black Nitro, Planet Fitness is trash. Not only do they have pizza night, but as soon as you walk in, at least where I'm at, they have Tootsie Rolls right there on the counter. A whole gym. Tootsie Rolls right there when you walk in. It's a whole gym. Whole gym that say, hey, have a Tootsie Roll before you go work out. Then when you leave, eat another Tootsie Roll. Defeating the purpose. Jamoran is crazy because been working with me for a long time, and I didn't like that you can't be eating that. You striving to lose, like that you can't be eating that. So I was like, come on, man. I like don't disrespect me and turn to Google. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do that. Don't do that. But again, it's just crazy. Like like the world we live in as a trainer. It's like that's how crazy this world is, man. Like as a trainer, when I say things, when I have certain clients and I give them nutrition advice, like they don't want to listen to me. They don't want to listen to me like 90% of the time. They do not want to listen to me. They're going to go to Google. They're going to try to find a doctor that's telling them something that they want to hear. Then when that doctor tells them what they want to hear, then they're going to accept that simply because it's coming from a doctor. Whole while the doctor wasn't required to have any courses on nutrition. So that doctor knows just as much as I do, hypothetically speaking, in regards to nutrition. But when that doctor, when your doctor tell you that you can have this pizza during intermittent fasting, then you cool. You're gonna believe the doctor over somebody like me. And that's part of our problem, man. That's part of our problem. Like we too quick. And most of the time it be other white folks telling us what it is that we can and cannot have. And that's when we start listening to them. When the white folks say, hey, you can do this, that, and the third, we're gonna believe the white person. My pops told me that all the time. Pops was like, I'll tell you something. You don't want to listen to me, but then if white man tell you now you want to listen, pops used to tell me that all the time. That's just right and exact. That's how it is. The way of the world. Way of the world. O'Shane, peace. What's happening? Yeah, O'Shane. Yep, his son, John Clint. Or yeah. John Kent. He gonna have a boyfriend. Like literally. He gonna have a boyfriend. Like that's the way of the world, man. They have taken Superman, they've given him a son, named him John, and now John is going to be bisexual. Infinite divinity. Oh no. See, that's part of being Superman or what they would call superhuman. There's nothing to fix because there's nothing broken. See, they're not gonna look at that as something that needs to be fixed because they looking at it like it's not broken. So not. It's gonna be something that we accept and we embrace. The only time something would have had to be fixed or been fixed if it was somebody like myself. So, like, if they created me as a character in a comic book, I would be the person with the mental condition, the mental illness. Like, I would be the person with the mental condition. Like, if they use me, my energy, and what I believe and subscribe to, if they created a character revolving around me, I would be the villain in the story. I would be the one that's crazy in the story. I would be that person. I would be the toxic person in the movie or the story. If they literally took me and everything I subscribe to and put my character in a movie or a show or a book, I would be the one with all the problems. I'd be the hated one. I'd be the villain. I would be the heel, whatever you want to call him. I would be that person. I'll be that person. I would be the one that needs to be fixed. I would be the one that needs to be saved. Better future. We talking about the Superman, like the Superman that most of us grew up watching. Clark Kent, like the Superman that we all known in the comic books that we all grew up with. That Superman, his son John Kent. There it is. He's bisexual according to articles out here. But yeah, if they took me and put me into a book or a show, I would be the evil villain. We gotta save him. His views are outlandish and crazy. Like he gotta, you know what I'm saying? He gotta get with the program. Like I would be the villain. I would be the villain in that story. I'll be the one that needs to seek help, that needs to go to therapy. Like I would be the problem. Like I would be the problem, literally. Chris, for sure. Like I said, I said this some years ago. It's gonna be a taboo. Like, and the taboo is going to be if you've never had a bisexual experience, everybody gonna look at you like that's crazy. Like that's gonna be the way of the world. When somebody come up to you and is like, you ain't never, like if you a dude and somebody asks you, man, you ain't never experimented with another man, and you say no, that's gonna be weird. Like what you mean you ain't never had an experience with another man? Like that's weird. What's wrong with you? Like that's the way of the world. And if you are a woman, if you never had an experience with another woman, they're gonna be like, that's weird. That's weird. They're gonna be like, oh, that's weird. Like you strange. That's the way of the world. Oh, shame for sure. And better future, 100% for sure. But we know it wasn't for the black community, but a lot of people in the black community fool with it, and that's the problem. And they didn't got us. So we didn't fool with it, we didn't attach ourselves to it, and now there they go. Now they gonna hit us with the okie doke. Oh, infinite divinity. You say Hancock was a drunk. Yeah, that yeah, for sure. Zaki, I already know. Yes, it's true. What you have seen is true. What you have read is true. Rome, they ain't gonna never wake up. See, the thing of it is because they don't think it's a problem. They don't think anything is wrong with it. They don't think there is any agenda. Matter of fact, they think we are the ones tripping. They think we are the ones overly obsessed with it. How can we be overly obsessed with something that we got to encounter almost every day because it's being thrown right in our faces? But we overly obsessed with something. We overly obsessed with something. We going out of our way to see some, but it like literally, again, this is something that I stumbled across. I seen it. I'm looking and I seen it posted. So again, this wasn't something that I was out here researching. It was something that I was scrolling and then I saw. And I'm like, why am I seeing that? So of course I'm gonna do the knowledge to it. I'm gonna do the knowledge. When I see it, I'm gonna do the knowledge. So I'm like, hold on, what is going on? Oh, better future. Yeah, the agenda is that they not hiding it at all. Zaki, nope, we ain't playing with you, man. We ain't playing with it. Greg, peace. What's the word? Clocks in, man. I ain't never watched Dragon Ball Z like that. I never was on it. Never was on it for real. Chris, what you say? Can you, man? Whoa, what a comment. Can we touch on how your wife says GMO females all look like RuPaul? Hey, she would have to build on that herself. I don't want to speak for her in that regard. I don't even want to speak on that. I would let her touch on that. Infinite divinity for sure. Yeah, like yeah, they keep our superpowers hidden from ourselves. So it's hard for us to tap in. Oh, Dean had to go 100%. 100%. Matter of fact, like the world started getting offended when they see stuff like that, when they see characters like that. Oh, Shane, wait a minute. Yesterday, my homie told me his sister came out as gay. He said better his sister than his brother. I was like, how does that make any sense? That really doesn't make any sense. Mahogany sins. Uh, you said what you have to say about the women wanting um to abort all male children. It's funny that you mentioned that because my wife brought that up to me yesterday. She gonna actually touch on that today. So I don't even want to go in on that. Y'all don't want to hear what I got to say about that. I ain't even gonna tap in because I start going completely off because the reasoning that she gave to me was 100% garbage, and you really don't want me to spaz out on that. You really don't want me to spend my wife. She gonna touch on it later. I think later on the day. But y'all really don't want me to go off on that one. Like it's gonna be hard for me to be nice in regards to that particular question. Say what you have to say about the women wanting to abort all male children. At first, I thought she was playing with me. I'm like, nah, ain't nobody saying that. Then she was like, nah, this is for real. Then I was like, never mind, that makes sense. Like I can see that being a reality and an actual fact. But nah, I will go completely off. First of all, this is the first of all part about that dumb statement, that dumb belief. First of all, they based off of the little bit that was told to me in regards to that perspective, talking about the bad quality of black men out here, and that being the reason why they want to abort, or why they are saying or encouraging people to abort all male children. First of all, how many of these male children were brought up by single mothers? So they about to sit out here and they about to talk about these bad quality of dudes and how these dudes grow up to not be protective, not be providers, this, that, and the third. How many of these men were raised by women? That's the first thing that we're gonna have to tap into. How many of these men actually had men to teach them? How many? How many? How many of these dudes that y'all talking about are so trash, that came out trash, which is why y'all saying abort them? How many of them were raised by women? That's the first. That's the first thing. First thing I'll start talking about. How many of them were raised by women? So it's like on one hand they always talk about being single mothers, and then they don't want to take responsibility for how some of these dudes are turning out. So now y'all pushing and promoting being a single mother. Ooh, we single mothers, we gotta do this, that, and the third. But then when it comes to when these young boys that y'all done raised grow up to be trash, to be soft, now nobody wants to take credit for that. Now it's just all our faults. Mindset of an introvert, for sure. Now, not all men will turn out that way, but I'm going more so on accountability. It's when these women start talking bad about the quality of men, when most of them are responsible for raising them. It's about accountability. So that's where I'm getting at with this. I'm not saying that everybody that comes from the single mother household is going to turn out to be a certain type of way. What I'm saying is when the women start to criticize the quality of man, but then want to talk about how many single mothers are out here, why are they not holding themselves accountable for this outcome partially? Better future. And again, that's what I'm saying. But you got to make that make sense. If you are partially responsible for it, then why are you striving to say abort them when you partially responsible for it? So that's partially your fault. That's not going to solve anything, because then what type of woman are you going to raise? How that makes any sense? We saying to abort black children, but then we going to raise the young girls to become women. What are we teaching them women? What are we teaching them? If we telling everybody to kill the black babies that are meant like the young black boys, and we tell them to abort the young black boys, how in the world are you going to raise these women? What are you telling your young daughter? What are you telling the young daughter? You got to make that make sense. What are you telling the young daughter? What are you telling the young daughter? Like, please make that make any type of sense. What are you telling the young daughter? How are you going to raise the young daughter? If you are encouraging all these women to abort the young black boy, but then we gonna take the girls though. What are you teaching the girl? What are you teaching her? What are you teaching her? Like literally, somebody make that make any type of sense. What are you teaching her? Like what are you literally teaching her? I just want somebody to make that make sense to me. What are you teaching her? How is that young black girl not going to grow up corrupted based off of that type of teaching, based off of that type of perspective? How is she not going to grow up corrupted? We all corrupted because of the disconnect. So how do you think it makes any sense to say we're going to abort one side of it? That's going to make this situation a million times worse. That's going to make this situation a million times worse. All right, we just going to abort all the black boys. So now we ain't going to have any men. So when it's wartime, when it's physically wartime out here, now what? Now what? Now what we going to have? What we going to have now? And that's the thing. They say no matter how good the mothers raised them. Man, we done had song after song that let you know for what Tupac say, for a woman it ain't easy trying to raise a man. You can, I don't care how great of a single mother you are. Like, listen, it's a man, it's dudes that it came, but listen, when you have a father figure in your life as a man, you need a father figure in your life as a young man. You need a father figure in your life as a young man. Just like you need that mother figure in your life as a young man. Just like you need that mother and father figure in your life as a young woman. You need a father figure in your life as a young man. You just need it. You need it. Like, we need it 100%. We need it. And then they want to talk about culture. They want to talk about the culture of toxic black masculinity. That is also funny to me when they talk about culture, but then every time that I start talking about how everything came into existence in regards to how this was all manufactured, in regards to the black man being kicked out of the household and how it was beneficial for the black man to be out the household because the single mother benefited from that, then everybody want to look at me like I'm looking at it too deeply. They literally manufactured this type of culture. Literally, they manufactured this type of culture just for you to have that certain type of perspective. They literally made you, it was a benefit for you to kick the man out of the house. Literally, you got benefits from it. You benefited from that. Literally, kick the man out the house. Then we're gonna give you this. We're gonna give you this type of check. We're gonna give you this check, and this check. If the man is not present, manufactured it. They manufactured it. What you gonna do? All right, we're gonna hide the man. We're gonna get rid of the man because they giving us money for being single mothers. They giving us money. What type of culture do you think is gonna? What type of culture do you think is going to come from that? What type of culture do you think is going to stem from them encouraging you to get rid of the father and we're going to give you these benefits? What type of culture do we think is about to come up from that? What type of culture do we think is about to be created from that? Come on now. It was manufactured. It was designed. I ain't even about to, like I said, I ain't even about to go in too hard on it. That was manufactured. And the moment they made it beneficial for you to be a single mother, game was over. Game was over. Game was over. Don't nobody want to talk about the history behind it. Don't nobody want to talk about the actual fact. This has been confirmed. I know people that came up in the exact era that I'm talking about when they began to make it beneficial for you to be a single mother. Like, literally, people have from that era have told me, man, what you're saying is accurate, very accurate. So it's manufactured. They designed it to be this way. They designed it to be this way because they knew the outcome. And this is part of the outcome. It's part of the outcome right here. Getting rid of the strength, getting rid of the power. You convince people to say, all right, black men are trash, therefore you should abort the black baby. You getting rid of the strength, man. You're getting rid of the strength. You're getting rid of the power. Then when it's time to really go to war, they not going to have to do anything because they ain't going to have no men to fight. Ain't going to have no men to fight. You're going to have a bunch of women on the front line talking about it's wartime. Man, they going to run through that. They're going to run through that. Let's just be honest here. They're going to run through that. Ain't no men there to fight. They're going to run through it. They're going to run through it. Come on now. They know they is manufactured design because they know what they planning. They know what they plan. They know what they planning. They know they can't have a bunch of us black men on the front lines, ready to fight, ready to protect our nation. Because at the end of the day, no matter how they strive to corrupt us, when it's wartime, we gonna fight. We gonna fight. That's all. That's population control 101. Selective breed. That's eugenics, genocide. Like, it's all of that. It's all in one. Mindset of an introvert. Man, you say, what's your thoughts on Kevin Samuels? He talks about single mothers as well. I don't really too much tap in, dude, so I ain't familiar with his entire perspective, man. So I ain't really got much of an input or much of an opinion on his perspective and what he be talking about, because I don't really tap into him like that. Chris, for sure, man. I'm telling you, man. I can't, like I said, I got the father. I had the father figure. I had the father growing up. Man, I'm telling you how beneficial it is in regards to how you turn out as a man. Like, come on now. But like I said, they made it very beneficial for that man to not be present. Now, why would they go and do that? Why would they create a system to where it is beneficial for the man to be absent? Why would why would they do that? What would be the agenda behind that? All right, we're gonna create a system to where all right, it's beneficial to kick the man out, for the man to be absent. They didn't do this to look out for the women. See, that's what people think. Oh, they did it to look out for the. No, they didn't do that. They didn't do it for that. They didn't do it for that. Jason, peace, what's happening? Chris, you say I have a boy and a girl. Needless to say, their mother is not approving of my teachings, especially towards my daughter. And I can see that. I can see that. CC, peace, what's happening? Travian, and all type of balance. All type of balance. We need balance, big time. Balance. How you gonna have that balance with no man, woman? Like it's balance. That's what balance is, man, woman. Like that. That's what it is. Complementary. You balance one another. That's what it's supposed to be. When the balance is absent, we're gonna have a problem. We're gonna have an imbalance, and that can create a whole multitude of problems. And that's what we tend to have. Oh, Patrick, for sure. Like I said, now we getting deep into the science there. D Monty, for man, I'm telling you, literally, that's how I know. I'll be honest, like the OGs and like, oh, okay, DJ MO, peace, what's happening? And Jeff, peace. I'm telling man, the OGs then confirm some of the stuff that I was saying, man. Because again, this is studying, like literally, just like they manufactured the ghetto. You know what I'm saying? They manufactured to get like what we call the ghetto. That was manufactured design, which is why they called the projects. Things like this stuff was manufactured. This type of condition, the stuff that we talking about, manufactured, especially when you start getting to the history of it. It's actual facts. It ain't nothing that we got to believe. You know what I'm saying? This ain't nothing. This ain't got anything to do with belief. All of this can be confirmed and validated by facts. It literally can be confirmed and validated by facts. Like literally. Justin, we already know how we got to this point. Like I said, back then when they made it beneficial for the man to be absent, it was only a matter of time before this became the theory. Yeah, man, for sure. Like they wanted to be wartime. They wanted to just be all women that they fighting against. Again, y'all, we didn't seen the movies. We didn't studied a lot of wars. We didn't studied a lot of battles. When it's time to go to war, who leaving? The men leaving, and you leave the women here with the children and the land. That's how it goes. All right, we finna go off to fight because this people, they threatening our territory. So us men, we about to band together. We about to go out here and fight. We finna go travel. We finna go to war, and we leaving you here with the children, and we leaving you here with the land. We finna come back victorious. Like that's how it is. They don't want that. They just gonna go ahead and eliminate us completely to make this easy. They don't want all the bloodshed anymore. They don't want to go there. They just want to make this as simple as possible. Oh, Lee Pay. Don't even like, hey, don't get me started on that too. Don't get me started on that too. Yeah, say why do you think there's a huge push in the media and entertainment of white men dating black? The interracial agenda is pushed heavily, and a homosexual agenda is pushed heavily. All of that is pushed heavily. Oh, Chris, for sure. Yeah, okay. St. Louis, you did mention that. So yeah, we okay, SLU. Yeah, you say it was affordable housing for black and brown folk. Then they moved us to the north and south side of St. Louis. I'm telling you, we got gentrification, redlining. Like this type of stuff is real. Like I said, the house that I grew up in, man, my peoples can come on here and tell you the story. It was almost an all-white neighborhood. It was plenty of houses in that neighborhood they was trying to get. White folks wouldn't sell them the house though. The type of power that they have. Them white folks like, we don't want black people. The white folks finna leave the neighborhood. Hence why they were selling the house in the first place. They did not want to sell it to a black family. Like, really? You about to leave this neighborhood. That's how big the discrimination was back when around the time I was born in 1990. Right around the time I was born, my people was trying to move into this neighborhood. Then white folks was like, nah, we're not selling this house to y'all. Y'all finna leave the neighborhood. That's how bad, man. That's how bad the hatred is, the discrimination is. They was like, we not selling this house to y'all. We're not doing it. We're not doing it. That's the power that they have, man. It's the power that they have. They had that type of power. Oh, mahogany for sure. I'm telling y'all, man, eugenics. Listen, eugenics is all that type of stuff real in the field. Real in the field. I can go, I can go a little bit deeper in regards to that, man, because it's in my lessons. It's in my lessons, man, about them destroying the black babies, man. But we ain't even gonna talk about that, about killing the black babies and stuff like that, man. Like for real, when you listen, when you give birth and you go to the, it's real in the field, man. The stuff that they do to these young black babies, man. Just I'm gonna leave it at that for now. We ain't gonna go deep into it. Like I said, I'm gonna save some of that. Ray, peace, what's happening? But it's real in the field, man. When you having birth in these hospitals, man, and thing, you gotta watch out because they liable to kill you, baby. They liable to kill you, baby. They liable to kill you. When your baby all of a sudden comes down with some type of defect and all that, hey, listen, all I'm saying is they can be behind that. They can be behind that. That's all I got to say on that. That's all I got to say, man. They gave your baby a shot. They did something to your baby that wasn't supposed to happen to that baby, and now that baby ends up with a defect. Sometimes they behind that. That's all I got to say, man. You gotta watch them, man. I'm trash rhetoric. The rhetoric is so garbage, it's ridiculous. Like, matter of fact, that's doing a disservice to trash. Like, you know what I'm saying? When we call it trash rhetoric, we doing a disservice to trash. You know what I'm saying? Trash is better than some of the stuff that they spitting out. I don't know what's lower than trash, but we doing trash a disservice in regards to comparing it to the rhetoric that they out here spitting. It's crazy. Chris, hold on. You say you hold on. Open the second location. Where the first location at, Chris? Man, we got where the first location at, my brother. But yeah, man, it's all about buying up that property, man. I already know, especially in this area, and you can find a lot of property for the low. You can find a lot of property for the low. And that's why that's one of the things that I said we should all come to do, pull our money together and start buying up property so we can not sell it to the white folks. You know what I'm saying? We can do that. I ain't selling you this property. I got a whole apartment complex. I ain't letting y'all stay in. Oh, okay, Chris, you in Bloomington, Illinois. Hey, I still know where you at. I still know where you at. You in Bloomington. All right. Well, you gotta get a shop in this joint. You about 2 hours and some change away, I believe. But y'all, man, y'all almost got me to vent. Like I said, I ain't finna take away from my wife and her because she probably about to go in on that joint. So I ain't want to say too much in regards to that. I just gonna keep it simple on that. Let her go in on that. That's more up her alley. Like, y'all, if I go, I get real ignorant, might get banned in this joint. She might get banned anyway, but it is what it is. I ain't worried about it. With that being said, man, I done served my time for the day, man. I gotta make moves, head to this gym, torture these clients, all that good stuff, man. So I'm gonna catch y'all probably not tomorrow, man. I don't even know about Wednesday, man. I'm gonna try to catch y'all on Wednesday, if not Wednesday, Thursday for sure, man. So I'm gonna give y'all a chance to digest this joint, take the jewels, apply the jewels, and we gonna push the heterosexual movement forward, man. But y'all be easy. Y'all enjoy the rest of this Monday. I'm out. Peace.